Welcome to Yoga with Haley. This yoga flow will be an intermediate to advanced practice, so get some comfortable clothing on, a water bottle, your yoga mat, and a space that you won't have any distractions in. I would like us to begin by picking 2 words. These words will be our mantra for our practice. Every time we breathe in, we'll say the first word, and breathe out, we'll say the second. For the sake of this practice, mine is just going to be in and out. Let's begin to practice this by taking a seat on our mat. First, taking a couple of big breaths. In, out. We want to place our hands facing up on our knees. As we breathe in, our hands open, correlating with our breath. Hold for 3 counts. And breathing out, holding for 3 counts. Again, thinking of your word in, hold, and out, hold. We'll take a couple more breaths like this, keeping those words in mind. Great job. After your last breath, we will reach the right arm up and over to the left ear, stretching out the side of the neck, maintaining that same breath that we started with in the beginning. In and out. And again in as we reach the left arm over to the right ear and out to gently pull the neck to the left. We are going to be using our wrists a lot today in this practice, so we will now begin to roll out the wrists nice and slowly and switching directions. We're going to take the left fingertips with the right hand, pointing to the ground, stretching out the inner wrist, in and out. After those 3 breaths, we will switch hands. 3 more breaths here. We are now going to come to a tabletop position. Our hands will go directly below our shoulders, our knees directly below our hips, taking us into a couple of cat and cow. Inhale by dropping the belly to the floor, reaching the head up, and exhale by curling the opposite, belly button coming to the ceiling, head dropping to the floor. We will do this for 3 rounds. After those 3 rounds, begin to take some free movement, moving in any way that you need. Come back into a neutral stance with shoulders above the wrists and hips above the knees. On an in-breath, we're going to reach our right arm directly out in front, and on an exhale, the left leg directly out to the back. Hold this for 3 big, nourishing breaths, continuing to think of your 2 words. In, out. After your 3rd breath, you're going to take 1 more big breath in. On your exhale, bringing your knee to your nose and your arm in. Again, extending on the inhale. Repeat this 2 more times. After your 3rd, keep that leg up and grab your toe tops with your right hand and push into that leg. 3 nice breaths here. Try to remain stable and really use your center for balance. Great work. Come back to our extended arm and leg, and then slowly back to our neutral tabletop. Now, lift up your left hand on an inhale, exhale your right leg. Hold this through 3 big breaths, coming back to our original mantra. In, out. We want to think about drawing a straight line from our fingertips all the way to our heel. After your third breath, one more big inhale in. Exhale to crunch everything in, bringing the knee to the nose and the arm in. Again, inhaling. Exhale 2 more times. After your third crunch, the left arm is going to come to the right toes. Push against your toes to give you leverage, holding yourself through your core. 3 deep breaths here. Come back to this extended out position to slowly lower back to neutral. Take a couple rounds of free movement in cat and cow to loosen up your back. And sit back into a child's pose, deeply breathing. Feeling the breath reaching our back corners of our lungs. We're going to take an inhale to dig the toes into the ground and exhale to push back up into a downward facing dog. Add some movement to this by pushing one heel into the ground and then the other, correlating with the breath, really taking the time. Loosen the neck and think about creating space between the shoulders and the ears. Shake your head yes and no. Slowly begin to walk your feet all the way to your hands. As you inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale to come back down. Inhale to roll up, hands coming up above the head. Exhale, coming to heart center. And take one more breath here. Big inhale. And exhale. Again, hands come up above the head. All the way down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale all the way down, stepping into a plank. Exhaling as you lower. Inhale to a baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, pushing back into a downward facing dog. Slowly walk the feet in. Again, inhale halfway up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, arms above the head to stand up. And exhale back to heart center. We're going to take this flow once more, taking your own time. You can now begin to play with hopping and jumping back out and in, as long as you maintain solid control. Once you return to standing heart center, take a couple of deep breaths, shake out your arms, and do what you need to do to reset. We're going to take a big inhale, hands up above the head, exhale to go down to the ground, inhale halfway lift, exhale to plank, through your push-up, inhale up through upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. We are going to lift the right leg up to the sky, maintaining square hips, taking 3 of those nice big breaths here. After the third still breath, we're going to take one more big inhale in, and exhale, bringing that knee to the nose. And again, inhale, shooting that leg back. We're going to do that 2 more times. After the third one, bring that right leg through, setting it down between your hands to a lunge, lowering the left leg. We're going to stay here for 3 deep breaths, head looking down, hands solid on the mat. After those 3 intentional breaths, shoot the right leg back, up into the air, into the square position, and back into a downward facing dog. Lift up the left leg, thinking about that same square position from the right. Take 3 more deep breaths here, holding that leg, coming back to the stillness and our original words. Take 1 more big inhale, and exhale again to bring the knee to the nose, crunching everything in, and back up to the sky. Take this 2 more times, moving through the breath. And after the third, set the leg down to the ground, coming into a low lunge, keeping the head down and the hands solid on the mat. Take 3 more breaths here. After your third breath, come into a plank position. Exhale as you lower. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale into downward facing dog. Walk or jump the feet to the hands. Take a nice inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to slowly roll up. Arms coming above the head, inhale. And exhale to heart center. Again, taking 1 more breath here to reset yourself. Get a drink of water if you need. You all are doing great. We are going to take a variation of this 2 more times, adding on each time. Inhale, arms come up above the head. Exhale, that takes you down to your standing plank. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting your hands on the ground, coming through your plank. Inhale to an upward facing dog, and exhale to a downward facing dog. We are going to again inhale to reach that right leg up above the head. On the inhale, we are going to twist that hip and open the leg as it falls over to the right side, really allowing that hip to stretch open. On an inhale, we'll come back to a square stance with that leg in the air. Exhale, it's going to cross over to the left side, to the left elbow. Inhale, coming back up to our square position. Taking this 2 more times. After our third time, our leg is going to come back up to the air. Exhale, we're going to thread our leg through, crossing the body. Left arm is going to come up into the air, and our gaze will look up to the ceiling. Hold this for 3 breaths, still remembering to breathe here. We're going to send that right leg back up into the air, into the square position, and then step it through to a lunge. The arms are going to come up above our head as we're in a low lunge, taking 3 breaths here. After our third, we will inhale once more. Exhale as hands come to heart center. Inhale to lengthen the torso to the sky. Exhale to twist to the right as the left elbow comes outside of the right knee. Again, taking 3 breaths, really feeling this twist. Take 1 more big inhale, and exhale to come out of that twist. Take 1 more breath with the hands here at heart center. Bring up that left leg. Inhale as we begin to open that left hip, allowing the left leg to fall over. Again, taking 2 breaths here. After those breaths, come back to our square position with the leg up in the sky. And on the exhale, allow that left leg to come over to the right elbow. Again, inhaling as we push back, and exhaling to bring it through. 1 more, inhale to push back. Exhale to push through. 1 more inhale back. Exhale, threading that left leg all the way through by the right hand. Peeling the right hand from the ground up to the sky. Gaze is looking up to the sky. Stay here for 3 nice, deep breaths. Set that right hand down. Send the left leg back up to the sky in the square position. And again through, stepping it by the hands at the front of the mat into a low lunge. We want to take the hands up to the sky. 3 nice breaths here. On the third, come down to heart center, taking a breath in the middle. Inhale to sit high, and exhale to twist, placing your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Again, taking 3 breaths here, really feeling that twist in the spine. come out of that by untwisting and coming back to heart center, setting the hands to the mat, stepping the foot out into a plank, slowly lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Hop or jump the feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, hands come up above the head. Exhale to heart center. And one more breath here, thinking of those two original words. Shake it all out for a moment, and now we have one more round of that. Take one big breath. Inhale, hands coming up above the head. Exhale to heart center. Again, inhale up above the head. Exhale, coming through heart center to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plant the hands on the ground. Stepping out into your plank, lowering through the plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Again, picking up that right leg, nice and square, and then opening it over to stretch out the hip. After 3 breaths here, we are going to send that foot over into a wheel. This means you're going to tip your right leg to the ground, reaching that right arm towards the sky or placing it on the ground. We're going to take 3 nice breaths here. After your third, you're going to maintain control by coming back the way you came. First, setting the right hand on the ground and then flipping that right leg back over. Exhale, bring that right leg to the right elbow. Again, inhale, sending it back. Right leg to the right elbow. And one more like that. After our third one, we're going to go for a freeze. So we're going to send that right leg through, allowing our arm to come up underneath by our knee, using it as a platform. From here, play with putting all of your weight there and starting to shift forward. Send that right leg back to the sky once more. Exhale, bring it forward back to our low lunge. Hands will sweep up off the ground and into the air for 3 breaths. Begin to open up and shine your heart through as your arms come into a cactus. Take 3 more breaths here. This is like taking a mini cumbre in the upper back. Place your hands back by the foot. Send that leg back into a downward facing dog, taking a couple breaths to reset. We have one more side for this section. All right, we're going to lift up the left leg. We'll then open it to the side, allowing it to fall and open the hip, taking 3 breaths here. With all the control you have, allow that leg to fall back into a wheel. The left arm will also be shooting forward, or you can put it on the ground for a full wheel. To come out of that, come back the way you came. This left leg will stay up in that square position in the air. As we exhale, we're going to bring that left leg to the left elbow. Again, inhale, coming back and going through that 2 more times. After your third one, again, send that leg back to a square position, coming through as we set the left knee on top of the arm just above the elbow, just like a platform. Once you're here, begin to tilt your weight forward until everything is sitting on your hands and that knee. You're always welcome to modify this position when needed. Send that back into a downward facing dog. We're going to again step that left leg through to our hands now, coming into a lower lunge. We will inhale, hands come all the way up to the sky, taking 3 breaths. After our third breath, our hands will bend into a cactus and our heart will shine forward. We'll take nice 3 cleansing breaths here. We're going to place our hands back down by our feet, coming into a plank. Inhale as we come up to an upward facing dog. Exhale to a downward facing dog. Taking a quick breath here and walking or jumping the feet up to the hands. Taking an inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fall down. Inhale, hands come up above the head, standing tall. Exhale, coming into a heart center. Taking one more big inhale and an exhale. And shake it out. Nice job. That's the end of that section. We are going to now move into some dynamic lunges. Take a deep inhale to come up and exhale to twist towards that leg. Inhale to come up to set that leg down. Exhale to lunge. Inhale to twist. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to lunge. Inhale. Exhale to a squat. And we'll reverse that. Inhale to a lunge. Inhale to a twist. Inhale to a lunge. Inhale to a one leg twist. Inhale to set it down into the other side. We'll go much slower than that. All right, let's take a big breath. Arms above the head to the heart center, starting with our right leg. Inhale as it comes up. And exhale as we twist towards our leg. Inhale to come up. Set the leg down. Exhale to take a lunge in those legs. Inhale to come up. Exhale to twist the other way. Inhale to come up. Exhale to lunge again. Inhale to come up. Turn as we squat. Inhale to come up. Exhale to lunge. Inhale to come up. Exhale to twist the other way again. Inhale to come up. Exhale to lunge. Inhale, come up. Exhale to one foot to twist. Inhale to come up. And exhale to set it down. Nice job. Other side. Inhale, left leg comes up this time. Exhaling as we twist towards the leg. Inhale to come up. Exhale to set it down. To take a lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, twist the opposite way. Inhale up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale up. Come to a squat. And reverse that pattern. Inhale up. To a lunge. Up. To one leg. Inhale up. To twist. Inhale up and lower. And we'll take that 2 more times, one on each side. Feel free to take your own tempo and go over the video if needed. Great job. That one is not easy. Begin to finish up that pattern and come back to both feet. Take a couple rounds of breath with the arms coming up above the head into heart center. Really feel grounded on the floor. Feel all 4 corners of each foot rooting into the ground as your head reaches up to the sky. We're going to now move into some balancing poses. We're going to bring our right leg into a tree pose, putting on either the inner thigh or by the ankle, but anywhere but the knee. Take 3 breaths here. With our right hand, we're going to grab our big toe and stretch our legs square out to the front. If you'd like, you can bend your leg, grab your ankle or thigh. Modify as needed. The left hand shoots out to the sky for further stability. We're going to move that right leg out to the side and open up the hip. We'll then bring that leg into a quad stretch with the left arm reaching up to the sky. We'll slowly start to push that back into a dancer's pose. We want to think about pushing the foot into the hand, slowly leaning the pelvis forward, all while looking at one point, not losing our balance. We then bring that leg across into a chair pose to figure 4. We'll sit here and you should feel a nice stretch. Option to go a little bit lower. An option to set your hands on the ground if you need some more. If you're here on the ground, we're going to go into a balancing pose. Wrap that right ankle around the left arm and support the knee on the right arm. Shoot that left leg out to the back. And into a plank. Down, inhale to the upward facing dog, exhale to downward facing dog. Shake the head out, walk the feet, do what you need to reset, and slowly come in, rolling it up. Inhale to a halfway lift, exhale lower, inhale to come all the way up. Sweeping up above the head and through heart center. Now we're going to do that all on the left. Bring up that left leg into a tree pose, putting into the inner thigh or below the knee. Hands at heart center. Deep breaths here, looking at one point that is not moving. We're going to take that leg directly out to the front, using the 2 fingers and the big toe, sending that right arm out to the side for stability. Breathing here. We're going to send that left leg out to the side. We're going to bring it into a quad stretch, really sending energy up through that right hand and grounding through that right foot. We're going to start to shift into dancer's pose, tilting the pelvis forwards, really sticking to that one point that is not moving. We're going to bring that left leg over to a chair to a figure 4, really holding strength in the back. Option 2, start to lower down to a forward stretch and starting to come into this freeze. That left foot is going to become to wrap around the right arm and the knee sits on top of the left arm. Begin to shoot out the right leg towards the back and try to get some hang time. Great. Send that back to a plank, lower it down, upward facing dog. You're almost there. Downward facing dog. And finally, we're going to sit back into a child's pose. Take this moment to fill up your lungs with air, really pushing the forehead into the ground, stretching out the shoulders, and begin to roll up. All right, now we're going to play a little bit with freezes. Begin to stretch out the wrists by pulling the fingers down and opposite on both hands. We are going to come to a parallel squat with hands at heart center. We're going to inhale to lengthen up exhale to twist to the right. Our right elbow is going to come into the crevice of our right hip as our left elbow is placed on the outside of our right knee as a platform. We're going to begin to play with this a little bit. There are some different levels that you can try. First, you can just try tipping over and seeing what happens. You might fall on your head, and that's okay. Or you can try, if you're comfortable with that, try to pick up your feet off the ground so that you're just bouncing on your hands. If you're comfortable with that, try taking your legs apart and kind of playing around in this space a little bit. There's no pressure if you fall, it's just for fun. Let's reset, coming back to our center squat. Inhale with hands at heart center, exhale to twist to the right. This time we want our left elbow right above our hip and our right elbow by our left knee. We're going to slowly place our weight on there, playing with the idea of either putting our head down, no head or feet, or playing with our feet. Once you're comfortable with that, begin to play around with some different positions here. Great job. We're now going to come to sit down to put our palms out and slowly roll down to our back. We're coming to the end of our practice and going to get our heart rate down. Place your hands as close to your heels as possible and sit up into a bridge, squeezing everything up. We're going to hold here for 3 breaths. Begin to slowly roll yourself down, vertebrae by vertebrae, until you're at the very bottom again. We're going to repeat this 1 or 2 more times. On this next time, there's an option to take a full wheel instead of a bridge. So now you'll place your hands by your shoulders and push up into a backwards bend. Stay here for a couple breaths. Keep breathing, keep moving through it. I promise you're almost done. We're gonna hug ourselves into a little yogi ball, bringing our knees to our chest and wrapping our arms around our legs. You can rock side to side and also front and back, really feeling every vertebrae on your spine. Lower yourself all the way down to the ground. With straight legs, pick up your right leg and twist it over to the left. We want to think about keeping our right shoulder glued to the ground and looking over to the right hand. Keep breathing here through this twist. We're going to extend and do this on the other side. Now we pick up the left leg, twist it over to the right, looking to the left, and keeping that left shoulder grounded into the ground. Again, come into a little yogi ball, whatever feels good, bringing the legs up to the chest. Now I'd like us to place the soles of our feet together into a butterfly position. We're going to place one hand above our heart and one above our stomach. Breathe here into your hands. Think that there's a circuit of energy going all the way through your feet, through your hands, out your other hand, and through your head. You can spend more time here if you'd like. If you're ready, extend your legs and arms out and to the side to where you are laying still, completely still. The only thing that is there is your breath. You are welcome to stay here as long as you need. I will leave you here in this posture. Thank you for doing yoga with me today. And remember, during this time of social distancing, movement is medicine.